Hello, I'm Sean Hoddy and welcome to another edition of Community Lockdown Aikido. Now, we run quite a successful class in Basden, Essex Aikido Dojo Shoshinkan, which is one of the biggest clubs within the British Aikido Association. What we've decided to do, as the children are out of school on this third lockdown, we've decided to put together some martial art classes that are going to take place on, or be published on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So, as we're doing a traditional martial art, we will start with a nice ray, which is a bow. Then we start to exercise, so we're just jumping. So, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Hips, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. So the challenge is, at the moment, is that you can all start to learn Japanese counting. So, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Circles, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. To side, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Stretching those legs. Ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Then we change. Ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Knees, ich, ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Waists, ich, ni, sam, shi, rock, sit, hutch. The other way. Ni, sam, shi, go, rock, sit, hutch. Hands a little shake. So, make out your typing or playing a piano. Wiggle those thumbs. Rotate the shoulders. And forward. And backward. And forward. And backward. Now rotate the arms. So you don't hit the light, so you go forward. And back. So really open those chest and shoulder joint, and forward. Now we're going to stretch, so we push and we stretch, so stretch every sinew, and down, and stretch again, and down we go, and one more stretch. Good, well done. So right foot in front of left, so we the right foot, we toe in slightly, so that means we point our toes slightly over at an angle. Our rear foot we want facing forward. Place the heel on the floor. You should feel it start to tighten up in the calf muscles and the Achilles tendon. Then from here, just come forward, support your weight. And you should feel it pulling. Then we change. So from there, toe in. And we go forward. And we stretch, and we stretch, and we stretch. Good. Hamstrings. So, hamstrings, what we do here, point the toes up, legs straight, touch the soles or your ankles, but if you can possibly do it, touch the soles of your feet, and we just stretch. We don't want the legs bent. We change. So that leading front leg you want to keep straight. So we don't want it bent like that, because that's easy. Keep straight and stretch. And from here, now we come across, so we just stretch to here. And then from here, what we're going to do, we're going to go down the centre of our back. So if you look here, it goes down the centre, push on the elbow, and we stretch there. Then the other one, I stretched down the centre. And then stretch this way. And from here we stay nicely balanced. And we look down. Ich to the middle. Ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, turn. Ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach. Okay, so in our last session we practiced unsuku, so we'll go through that again. So we want our feet shoulder width apart, nicely balanced, and we move forward then with our left foot. So it's ich, ni, san, shi, back to neutral, right foot, go, rock, sich, hutch. Now obviously we do these quicker as we get better, but we're doing slow at the moment so you can understand what we're doing. And the next one, we're moving to the side, so we move to the left side first. So from here we go ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch. And if you look, when I move, I'm not bobbing up and down, my head stays in the same position. So we just go through that again. So it's ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch. And all the time I'm maintaining that shoulder width apart. Last one in the set, we're moving, imagine we've got a cross in front of us, we're moving to each section of that cross, each four corners of that cross. So from here, ich, ni, san, shi, back to neutral, go, out to the corner, rock, sich, hutch. So once again with that one. So if you look, as I move, I keep my feet shoulder width apart as well. So we're moving from here, so it's ich, shoulder width apart. Ni, shoulder width apart. San, shoulder width. Shi, shoulder width. Go, rock, sich, hutch, back to neutral. So we do these in every session. Every Tamiki Aikido or Shoshinkan Aikido club, as this system is also known, throughout the world, we'll do unsuku and tandoku undo as they're warming up. So we're going to start on the first movement of tandoku undo. So tandoku undo is about moving in posture, moving your hands and feet and coordinating hand and foot movement. So the first movement, we'll start from a neutral posture. The hand raises up and it's ich, nice central line. So down the centre of your body. Ni, coming back, and we go forward. San, shi, so it's a big movement. Go, rock, sich, hutch. And then we repeat. So if you notice when my foot lands, my hand moves at the same time. So it's not foot and then hand, it's all together. So ni, so as I come to a static movement, or as my movement becomes static, my hand becomes static as well. Ni, san, shi, and we go the other side. Go, rock, sich, hutch. So we show that again. So a nice big movement down the centre of the body. So we're keeping our hips and shoulders square as we move. We're not turning. So from here, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch. Then we repeat. Ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hutch. So today we've practiced, or we've covered our unsuku again, so the three movements of unsuku. And we've also covered the first movement of tandoku undo. So I'll show the tandoku undo from this side, so as you can see, ich, it all moves together. Ni, and we go forward. San, shi, go, rock, Sich, hutch. Okay, so we're going to recap what we did in the last session, which is our Jo kata, our 6 Jo kata. Now, if you haven't got a Jo, which most of you won't have, you can use a broomstick or tube and wrapping paper. So I'll show you this first. So from here, holding the Jo, not too high, not too low, just comfortable. So there. So the rear end of the Jo comes into this hand. So left posture, this hand, I strike. So from here, I come up for the block. My right hand now moves forward into the middle of the Jo, and I swing my Jo and I strike. And from here I move forward, so I let my knees bend, coming forward, and I block. Then from here I turn, then we go back to square one. So as we attack, what we're doing, we're wringing out a towel. So that's strong. This action, it's like as though you've got a towel and you're going to wring water out of it. So strong, there. And my hand is just in front of my hip bone. And from here, blocking, so I'm stepping forward my right foot, and I raise the Jo. So right foot, raise the Jo. The Jo becomes horizontal, so I'm blocking a sword attack. Then from here, my right hand comes towards the centre of the Jo, and as I get there, I rotate this, and I cut. So I'm attacking the person in front. From here, someone's coming behind, block. So I'm stopping someone hitting my ankles or my leg. And from here, turn back into posture. And from here, we change back into this position. Now, if you've got something shorter, we'll have to make out it goes to the floor. But all this is, as you can see, a roll of wrapping paper. So lucky we've just had Christmas. So from here, bring this in. 1, block, cut, block, turn, back in line. So once again, so from here, the sword attack's coming in, so we're coming off line. The sword attack's gone there. 1, we've attacked them. Sword's being raised to come in to get me, block. So we're blocking. So from here, I attack them, bang. Someone's coming from behind, block. And from there, we turn, obviously covering our ankles, and then back into posture. So you can use anything. This is swearing float that we use in the Aikido club. We cut these down for children to practice with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or the Jo. So from here, you can do the count in Japanese as you practice. So from here, ich, and we come up. Ni, slide up, hand slides up. San, shi, go. So, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock. Yes? So from here, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock. So we move, ich, ni, slide up, san, shi, Go. Don't hit the furniture like I did. Rock. Okay, another thing we're going to look at is some sword work. So, if we're using a sword, when we hold a sword, if you can see there, the handle is just shy of the end of my hand. So this is called the scut, the handle. The right hand leads without fingers out because there's a guard here. Why would you put your fingers outside a guard? And the kisaki, which is the point, points to the neck. Yeah? So you'd hold the sword like so. When we cut with a sword, I'm not seeing it high, when we cut with a sword, it's there. So the cut comes from above the head and we're there. Again, it's nice central posture. Remember we're doing these Sukul and Tanda Kurundu movements. Nice central posture. This is the same. So what we're going to practice now is cutting. So all we're going to do now is cut to the head. So itch, cut to the head, and on the way back, nip, cut to the head, sun, ship. So head is men, go, rock. It's a body, that's do. Cut into the body. Sitch. Hotch. And when we hold a sword, we hold it as though we're holding eggs. Yeah, you wouldn't hold an egg so tight that you'd crack an egg. You'd hold an egg firm, but fairly loose. And the reason this is because we have to move our sword to block. So we don't want to be so tight that we can't move. So we're going to practice now, coming forward, coming off line, cut it, 1. So moving forward and cutting. So if you can imagine, there's someone coming towards you to cut, they're doing a straight cut, we're just coming off line, cutting them. We're going to develop this into a throwing technique as well. So from here, they're coming in to cut us, off line for the movement. It's called Hadari Men. So from here, moving forward, cut. And cut into their head. So from here, move forward, cut. Now, of course, if you've only got the tube, you can still do the same thing. Offline, finish, cut. So you can use anything for this. Coming off line, 1, 2, cut. Yes? So if you look, I'm moving forward and we're cutting. Okay, so now we're going to do this as a technique. So this is a throwing technique. So we meet, someone's doing the same sort of movement as me. So coming off line, push, and we throw. So from here, the attack's coming forward, coming off line, push. And this pushing action is going on the chin. So if I was the recipient of the technique, this would be on my chin, and then I'd be going back, and falling over. So from here, they're attacking with their right, push. attacking. Whoa. Push. So we don't be leaning. There. Rear foot, if you notice, my rear foot, my back foot is very close to my front foot. That allows me then to drive through. So if we look there, drive through. So from this angle, as they come in, so they're thrusting in. 1, 2, push. It's very important that we're moving out of the way. Push. So exercises you can do to make sure you do move out of the way. Very simple. 1. So you could have someone thrust at you, and you could practice moving, moving, moving for the block, moving for the block, moving for the block, throw. So this technique is called Shoman-ati. Frontal attack. So as they come in, I'm moving 1, rear foot close to the front foot, still in right posture, pushing equally with both hands. So this comes up his chin, pushing on their chin, and pushing on their arm as well. So what that would be, I'll be like this, and there, that's on my chin, pushing me. And that will throw me over if someone's doing a technique on me. So from here, as they come in, we're moving 1, 2, push. And in Aikido, when we practice, there's a saying that the technique is always in front of you. So if you're pushing here, you're using your shoulders, where what we should be doing is using our hips and centre power. So 1, 2, hips. And if you look, this is dead centre of my body. So when I'm throwing, it's dead centre. So if I get this angle here, dead centre of my body. Okay, so our plan is to put some weapon techniques together and some open-handed techniques. Obviously the open-handed techniques are a little bit harder in a respect because you haven't got a partner. So that's why I'm putting weapon techniques, relating the weapons to the movements of open hands. Okay, my name's Sean Hoddy. This is Community Lockdown Aikido by Essex Aikido Dojo, Shoshinkan, based in Basden. Thank you very much.